El caso de la media de seda.
Ah, Phelps. I was just discussing with Finbar here how well you were doing. Have a seat.
Tremendo bar.
My real name. You can just forget all about it.
You boys have a new case. A poor Hispanic woman murdered near City Hall.
Hispana.
Left lying naked in an alleyway.
Another naked woman, sir?
Yes.
Madre.
Seem to have had quite a run of them since the Dahlia fiend first struck.
Phelps is politely trying to hint that he thinks the Mendez case is hopeless.
Well, young Phelps, you win some and you lose some in police work.
You're happy with the Mueller case, sir?
Over the moon, boys! The DA couldn't be more pleased with the evidence, the witness, and the lack of an alibi. Now, get out there and catch me another sinner.
Dicho y hecho, compa. Aunque en el otro caso estuvo un poco cabreado el jefe. Investiga el escenario del crimen. Vale, pues vamos a acercarnos hacia allí. Escenario del crimen.
You have the address?
Yeah, we are police between Los Angeles and Alameda.
You're kidding. The next one will be opposite Central Station.
Count yourself lucky, Phelps.
Cada vez más
Most
cerca.
guys would kill to land a case so close to their desk.
Yeah. It means they can pop in to hit the office supply of hooch whenever they need it.
You know, that ain't a bad idea. That is not a bad idea at all, Phelps.
Last night I went out drinking. When I came home I gave her a beating. So she conscious the rolling pin. And with the weight on my head till she marched it in. I like old head in the market. Stone
Vale, pues
head
cerquita, ¿no?
in the market. I like old head in the market.
Escenario del crimen, 1 de la tarde.
Detectives, they're ready to start the show. I'll take you through.
Uf. Otra loncha de chope.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Brothers, Pinker?
Cause of death is pretty apparent. We thought we'd best wait for you. When you're ready.
Está clara la causa de la muerte. Uf, rajadote importante en el cuello. Un arañazo por aquí también.
Lacerations on the neck would indicate a great deal of force.
Sí, varios golpes también en la cara. De ahí a los moratones. Besa la sangre. Biblioteca pública, Antonia. Fecha de nacimiento, el 7 de julio del 26.
But why the library card? Did he want us to find it?
Claro, aquí ya sería mayor de edad. En Estados Unidos cumples la mayoría de edad a los 21. No sé si tiene que ver con el asesinato. Aquí tiene algo en la mano, ¿eh? Vale, lo que hemos visto antes. Perfecto. El asesino aquí también le quitó... Hostia. Le quitó el anillo y parte del dedo, ¿eh?
Another wedding ring torn from the finger. No skin under the fingernails.
Ah. Mal rollo. Parece que aquí hay una cuchillada en el pecho. Besa la sangre.
Kiss the
BD.
blood. BD.
BD.
The evidence in the Mueller case was solid. I'm not convinced about Mendez.
Best way to get away with murder is to pin it on somebody else. I'll bet a month's salary this is a copycat.
Strangled, battered,
Yeah. We know the MO. So does every jerk who kills his wife and girlfriend looking for a way out. I've spoken to Brown. He still believes the Dahlia perp has medical experience.
4 women, all murdered, all put on display, all with messages.
Mueller had no message. Look, Phelps, this is getting us nowhere.
Anything
Al
for us to
asesino
go
principal
on
no lo
now?
hemos pillado todavía.
Head injuries from contact with road, bruising from a small man's shoe, further blunt force trauma to the occipital region at the base of the skull. Could have been fatal, but clear signs of strangulation would seem to rule it out.
Lipstick appears to be a similar color to the other cases. I'll see if I can nail down a brand.
Y a ver en el bolso si hay alguna pista. En este caso no me dejan ni interactuar con él. Aquí hay manchas de sangre. O sea que la mató antes. O terminó de matarla aquí en
May as
este
well
sitio.
follow the trail.
La víctima estaba al parecer en este almacén. Vamos a ver esto, que es otra prueba. Un calcetín. Bueno, las medias.
If she took a blow to the head like the others, she was probably unconscious when strangled.
Mira qué guay, hacen como una media de verdad, tiene transparencia. Detalles. Aquí también hay cosillas. El asesino se sabe que es fumador, ¿eh? Le gusta el maquelele. Y esto no sé qué es. Soft. Pack de 12. ¿De 12 qué? No será relevante, ¿no? En el caso.
Phelps, you'll want to come and take a look at this.
Sí, sí, un momento. ¿Y esto?
I'm not kidding, Phelps. Come see, now.
Voy. Un sombrero. Seguramente del asesino. Ah, no. De la víctima, Antonia.
Antonia. Huh. Same as the library card.
Ujú. ¿Podemos entrar aquí? No. Qué raro. Vale, el rastro de sangre sigue por aquí. Aquí hay más objetos que no sé si son de interés. Bell. Que es como una crema o un perfume. No me deja interactuar con ellos, ¿vale? Sigamos pues. Rastro de sangre sigue por aquí. Mira, un zapato de tacón.
Proximity to the scene, plus the bloodstains. No way is this coincidence.
La verdad que no. ¿Y aquí por qué está manchada la sangre? Le dio aquí el primer golpe. Sigue para allá.
On it goes.
Madre mía, qué sangría, tú. Ni la tomatina.
We kept the area pristine for you boys. Let's check it out.
Un repelente de mosquitos. Mira qué guay. La publicidad de este juego es increíble también. Increíble. Por aquí nada. Otro sombrero que, según lo que dicen, es de John Marston. Pero, vaya, a saber. Y sigue por aquí. Otra llave. Pero no tiene sentido que esté aquí enganchada. ¿Para qué? Vamos a seguir las pistas. Por ahí nada. Una carta. 253. 253. Mensaje encriptado. La sangre sigue por ahí por las escaleras. No sé dónde nos lleva, pero hay que ir a comprobarlo. Ah, no me deja. Sí. Perfecto. Vale, la sangre sigue por aquí. Sigue por aquí. Veamos. Aquí herramientas, pero muy limpias. Más cigarros. En fin. Nada por aquí. Vale, la sangre está por aquí, sigue por aquí. Te van dejando pistas. No sé si con ánimo de que sigamos investigando.
Empty. Where is all of this meant to be taking us?
Vale. Maldonado. Maldini.
Billy wants us to find these things. He's left them for us. There you go, Phelps. You got a new MO. I told you it wasn't our guy. Or he might just be getting more confident.
Tenemos aquí al asesino del Zodiaco.
Enameled and gold-plated. This was precious to her.
Pero muy limpio. Y está ahí justo al lado de la sangre. Rarete, ¿no? Eso lo han puesto a posteriori. Seguro, vaya. Vale, hay que subir esta tubería.
Trail points up.
Qué grande. ¿Cómo sube tú? Ni Spiderman. El anillo colgado.
Pulled from the finger and hung up here. What's the significance?
Quiere que sigamos investigando el asesino. Se ve tan superior que nos está dejando las pistas al lado para que sigamos. Nos está dejando la miel en los labios. Vale, hop. Su bolso personal, entiendo. Una brocha con sangre.
Looks as though the killer was decorating with this.
O sea que puede ser que esas manchas no sean de la víctima, pero que las haya puesto el asesino, haciéndonos creer que ha hecho todo este recorrido la víctima, ¿no? La otra parte del ticket este de la biblioteca, ¿vale?
Son of a bitch wants her identified. Mrs. Antonia
Antonia
Maldonado, 712 North Hill Street, downtown.
Investiga el apartamento de Antonia. Vamos. Uf. Se pone interesante. Parece el asesino del Zodiaco, ¿eh? Residencia de Antonia Maldonado.
It was Mrs. Maldonado, right?
That's a
Hey, come on!
Hey, come on. No soy pa' tanto, eh.
That's affirmative.
All right, so then there's a husband we should be looking for. Get him, we've closed the case.
Rusty's razor, of course. I don't want to question your tried and tested techniques, Detective Gass.
Claro, este tío dice siempre, el compañero, que si tiene un marido, siempre es el marido. No tiene
But
por qué.
doesn't the DA require sound casework before he'll close the book?
Not if he's got a confession. And, you know, there's ways of getting it.
I'm sure.
No tiene por qué, porque hemos cogido ya 2 o 3 que se supone que hacían este modus operandi y sigue estando en las calles este modus operandi. Le quita las joyas, le deja un mensaje en el vientre. Rarete, la verdad. El asesino sigue suelto. Hay que investigar hasta el final. Vale, es aquí. Residencia de Antonia, 1:20 de la tarde. Buena casa, ¿no? Vale. Las camas a 15 centavos de dólar y las habitaciones a $35. Es como un hostal o algo así.
I'm sorry. Can I help you?
LAPD, ma'am. Detective Phelps in Galloway. Does Mrs. Maldonado live here?
Yes, she does. I'm Mrs. Barbara LaPente, the owner of this boarding house. Is there a problem?
I'm afraid so, ma'am. Do you mind if we come in? Is there somewhere we can discuss this?
Of course. Follow me through to the parlor. Wipe your feet as you come in, detectives. It's this way.
Limpiese los pies. ¿Qué es esto? ¿La casa del rey o qué?
Mrs. Maldonado was
Buena-
found dead this morning.
Buena estufa.
Dead? Oh, no. She can't be.
I'm afraid she was murdered, ma'am. We need to take a look at her things.
I can't believe it. A person seems so alive, and then they're gone. Antonia's room is upstairs, last door on the left.
Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Excuse us a moment, ma'am.
Quédate tú aquí, por si acaso. Que hay muchas subidas. Vale, al parecer confían en ella. No hay por qué desconfiar, pero... ¿y si se va a la fuga? La señora. En este juego estamos acostumbrados a eso, ¿eh? La última a la izquierda, es decir, esta.
Will you look at that? Someone's turned the place over.
Sí, sí. Alguien estaba buscando algo. Desde luego.
The charm bracelet wasn't among the crime scene evidence.
Vale, estaba casada. Y aquí otra carta de la señora Maldonado. Ok. Señora Antonia Isabel, pensión Parsons, de la calle tal, centro de Los Ángeles, California. Antonia, como continuación de mi mismísima misiva del 7 de agosto, de que ha aceptado su solicitud de tribunal, tal, Estado de California, y se ha fijado una fecha para la vista. Su caso expediente tal se verá el 17 de septiembre. Va muy rápido, ¿eh? No me da tiempo. Tengo entendido que su marido, Ángel Christopher Maldonado, residente en tal sitio, ha recibido la citación y tiene que presentarse en el Tribunal Central del Distrito en la citada fecha. Aunque no es imprescindible y muchas mujeres en su caso prefieren no hacerlo, Le recomiendo que se presente en el Tribunal Central del Distrito en la fecha fijada. Uf. ¿Acaso querían silenciarla para que no fuera a ese tribunal? Según mi experiencia, la presencia de la esposa puede influir en el veredicto. Y si su marido no se presenta el 17 de septiembre, usted me ha dicho que es algo probable. Uf. Nuestras posibilidades mejorarán. O sea que se iban a divorciar, entiendo. ¿No? Atentamente, Frederick Tatterstan.
Okay,
Abogado.
we have an address.
Vale, pues vamos a hablar con el abogado. Abogado. Ah, bueno. No, directamente vamos a hablar con el marido. Ok. ¿Hay algo más por aquí? Mira, esto roto.
The smashed window explains why the place looks tossed.
Alguien ha entrado, vaya, para
You know how I feel about windows.
para buscar algo. ¿El qué? No lo sé. Pero con este objeto se ha roto la ventana.
So someone broke in using this thing instead of a crowbar. Wonder where it was taken from.
Parece el barrote de una cortina, ¿no? Partido. Vale, todas estas ventanas. Están Gucci Main, Gucci Main. A ver si en este patio hay algo. Ojito con esta casa, ¿no? Tiene aquí su propio parque. God. Aunque las cuerdas son un poco meh. Alba, muchas gracias por el follow. Las físicas están ahí. Ole. Pues nada, vamos a hablar con la señora. A ver qué nos cuenta. Si sabía que la ventana está rota y todas estas cosas. Hemos encontrado cositas, ¿eh?
We have some questions, ma'am, if you're up to it.
Yes, detective. I'll do my best.
¿Había sospechosos?
Do you have any idea who might have wanted to hurt Mrs. Maldonado?
That rat of her husband, Angel. She was serving him divorce papers.
If I killed every wife that served me papers, I'd be a mass murderer.
Are you being flippant, young man?
No, ma'am.
Dice la verdad, es muy firme con lo que dice.
What can you tell us about Angel Maldonado?
She married him when she was 17. He was cruel to her, very cruel. She was a good girl, little on the religious side, but a good girl.
Vale. ¿Sabía usted de los últimos movimientos de la señora Maldonado?
What time did Antonia go out yesterday?
She left around 9.
Do you know where she went?
No, I've no idea. She was a good girl, but she didn't confide in me.
Algo sabe. Algo sabe.
A nosy old hag like you knows everything about the people who live under her roof. Where did she go?
I think she went to a bar. She's been drinking quite a lot lately.
This bar have a name?
El Dorado Bar.
El Dorado.
Latino place on North Los Angeles Street.
Un local
That's only a
latino.
couple of blocks from where we found the body.
Pero ella era española. Bueno, no tiene por qué. Han dicho hispana, o sea, habla hispana. Prueba de allanamiento. La verdad que sí. Prueba de allanamiento. Como hemos visto, entraron en su habitación buscando algo. ¿Podría saber qué era?
You've had a break-in?
No, that can't be true.
Pero ¿por qué no es sincera esta señora? Sí lo sabes.
The window's broken. The room's been tossed. You seem like the type of landlady who notices everything that happens under her roof. What gives?
take that tone of voice with me, young man.
Vale, cuando tienes pistas, hay que decir que miente, ¿no? Directamente. No puedes dudar porque te lo pone como malo. Ruptura matrimonial.
Antonia and her husband were estranged?
Yes.
Se llegaron a
She
divorciar.
moved here after she separated from her husband 2 months ago.
But Antonia still wore a wedding ring?
She wore the wedding ring and a necklace. She always wore a religious necklace. That's about all of her jewelry.
Dice la verdad porque hemos visto que en la habitación tenía un crucifijo de Jesucristo y hemos visto las pruebas.
Can you describe the necklace?
An icon of Our Lady of Guadalupe. It's quite beautiful.
Ojo.
I let Antonia hang a painting of her there on the wall.
Thanks, ma'am. You've
Y
been
te lo
very
dan
helpful.
como
Pay
erróneo.
up hold of
What?
that husband of hers. Lock him up and throw away the key.
Pero porque me
The
lo dan
hired
como
help at
mal.
El Dorado might have seen the broad the night she died. Maybe the regulars too. You should check it out.
Sí, vamos a comprobarlo porque esto es raro. Es rarete.
A nosy old hag? Ah! And I thought I was coming on strong with the ex-wives line.
Sometimes you have to be firm to get the information you need.
God damn it, ain't that the truth?
You don't think it's strange that all these murders are happening to girls who've been out drinking?
No. A broad drinks, she gets a bit tight, she starts mouthing off. This leads to that, and she ends up in an alleyway. Sad story,
raro.
but this town's seen it play out 1,000 times, Cole.
Why don't you want to see a connection here?
Because there are perfectly good real-life suspects for every one of these murders. We don't need to go looking for the monster under the bed.
Think there's anything to the divorce angle?
In the vicinity in any century.
I've been through 3.
211 and shots fired, 410 South Flower Street.
After a
Unit
while,
that can handle code 3 identify.
But Angel, he's a young Latino man. It would hurt his sense of who he is. He'd see himself as a failure. A woman taking control over his life?
Then she fronts him and he snaps. Works for me. That makes Angel a killer as well as a piece of shit.
Ok, ya estamos por aquí. El Dorado, 1:39 de la tarde.
What can I get you?
LAPD. Detectives Phelps and Galloway.
Diego Aguilar. How can I help?
You worked the bar last night?
Yeah, being a temp guy from the agency.
Did you have a woman in here last night? 21 years old, Hispanic, drinking heavily?
We have a lot of ladies like that in here. But yeah, I know who you mean. Antonia Maldonado. But what did she do?
She was murdered last night.
Oh, shit.
Do you know her well? Was she a regular?
Hell no. She was good and tight last night, complaining about her old man. It's a story you get used to working in a bar. She was so hammered last night, she left a letter on the bar.
¿No la puede
I'll show
dar?
you.
Ole. Ángel Maldonado. A mano. Condado de Los Ángeles, Estado de California. El día 8 de agosto, Antonia Maldonado presentó una petición al Tribunal Superior del Estado de California, en la que solicitaba que se aceptara, por los motivos expuestos en la misma, su divorcio del matrimonio que contrajo con usted, Ángel Maldonado. Pero ¿no estaban ya divorciados? Ordenados, por tanto, al acusado, Ángel Maldonado, que posponga cualquier otro tipo de asunto y acuda personalmente al Tribunal del Distrito Central del Tribunal Superior del Estado el miércoles 17 de septiembre, como sabemos, para que pueda así responder a la solicitud matrimonial que presenta la mencionada Antonia Maldonado, con motivo Pues no da tiempo. Y para que pueda ofrecer sus razones. Si tiene alguna duda, tal. No deba divorciarse. ¡No da tiempo! Bueno, vosotros os habéis enterado. Testifica el honorable Herman Brantham, juez de tal, a día 12 de agosto en el mismo año. Vale.
Divorce papers. Did you open them?
No need to. She was shouting about it and waving the letter around. Said she was gonna show him.
What? Entonces no quería divorciarse o qué?
Can you remember what jewelry she was wearing?
She had a necklace. Some kind of religious thing, I think. The temp guy would have more of an idea. She took the beer he served her and cried into it all night.
What time did she leave?
Can't say for sure.
Where did she go? Give me something or the LAPD will start getting interested in this place.
Take it easy. She wanted a cab, okay? And my phone was out of order. The closest one I knew was at the fruit market across the street, so I suggested she try there. She seemed reluctant.
Vale. Movimientos de la víctima.
Did Antonia say where she was going when she left?
She said she was gonna serve the papers on the husband. Said that would take the smile off his face.
Y no llegó a dárselo.
If you ask me, she was scared. And the drink was for Dutch courage.
Dice la verdad.
She attract any interest?
An extremely drunk young woman? What do you think? She managed to scare them off, though.
Thanks.
Vale.
You've been a big help.
No problem. Hey, get the guy, will you?
We'll do our best. One last question. What size shoe do you take, Mr. Aguilar?
A broad 9. I have wide feet.
A waitress. Can I have another spoon?
Ok, nos vamos.
Sam is taking me to Palm Springs for the weekend.
Vamos a la residencia de Maldonado.
Mirror and the Los Angeles Inquisitor. KTI Radio presents National...
O a la frutería. Ya han dicho que estaba aquí al lado. Vamos a aprovechar. Está ahí atrás. Vale. Frutería Just Picket. 2 menos cuarto de la tarde.
Shut. Great. We'll need to come back later, Phelps. Maybe somebody here saw Antonia the night she died.
Vale. Volveremos luego.
How about we drop in on the husband instead? See if your gut is right.
I'll take a bar over a husband every day of the week.
Por ti, ¿no? Por cómo eres tú. Con tu sex. Vamos. Ah, mira, pues está aquí al lado también. Wow, todo cerquita. Residencia de los Maldonado. 1:53. Maldonado 304.
Maldonado is in apartment 304.
Ok. Vamos a decirle hola, buenas tardes. ¿Qué tal? Staff only, ok. Qué guay que muchas casas estén mapeadas y tengan interior, ¿sabes? Qué guay. 200, vale, el piso de arriba.
Phelps, this could turn ugly. Forget about knocking. Let's take our boy by surprise.
Hey, what the fuck?
LAPD, motherfucker, you're under arrest.
¡Ey! ¡Cuidado! ¡Se viene fight!
I got a hunt. Come quietly, Mr. Maldonado.
Toma, tontito. ¡Pégale! ¡Boludo! ¡Pégale! Ah, ya está acabado. Perfecto. Perfecto. Pendejos no duran nada.
They got some decent shots in there.
Toma.
Cuff these sons of bitches, Phelps.
LAPD, you two are under arrest. Call for some backup, Finbar.
Han intentado huir.
Galloway, badge number
A ver, si crees que eres inocente, no
at
huyes.
the apartment building 330 North Hill Street. 2 suspects need transporting to Central.
Your wife has been murdered, Angel.
Antonia? Oh, God, no!
Where were you last night, Angel?
I was here with my brother the whole night, goddammit! You think I'd kill my own wife?
We should get the whole place a going over, then talk to the neighbors.
Pregunta a los vecinos, pero primero vamos a ver el piso.
And Phelps, I don't care that you just got smacked in the head. You don't call me Finbar.
Vale. Un bate. Una imagen religiosa. Un plato de espagueti ahí en la cama. Vale.
Circumstantial.
No es relevante, ¿no? No sé por qué. Algo me dice que le gustan los toros a este pibe. Algo me dice, no sé qué es. Algo me lo dice. ¡Hombre!
This will take some explaining.
Algo explica esto, ¿no? Y en la manga también. Huele esa mierda, amigo.
Maybe one of the neighbors took notice of Angel's movements. He's got no alibi.
El Dorado. O sea que has estado en el bar. No sé si ayer, pero has estado.
The El Dorado must be a family favorite.
Según lo que ha dicho el frutería Just Picked. Escúchame, ¿qué?
Just Picked Fruit Market.
¿Cómo?
I wonder if Angel gets all his groceries from this place.
Pueden ser muchas casualidades, pero... huele. Huele. La última vez donde se le ve a la asesinada es aquí en la frutería, Just Picked. Este hombre tiene aquí una caja de vino de Just Picked. Tiene cerillas del bar donde se vio también por última vez. Rarity. Rarity. La verdad. Pues nada, vamos a preguntar a vecinos a ver si saben algo. ¿Aló, policía? A ver si el camarero está encubriendo al tío este, ¿eh?
What do you want?
LAPD, we're making some inquiries.
Make it quick. I work nights.
So you weren't home last night?
No, I was at work.
You know nothing about Mrs. Maldonado fighting with her husband?
Those two? They're always screaming the place down.
Thanks.
Conciso pero sincero, me gusta. ¿Aló?
No good. There's nobody here.
Vale, esta puerta también la puedo abrir. Ojo. ¿Y esta puerta a dónde va? Ah, vale. A la casa de los Maldonado. Vale. ¿Aló? What the fuck?
Sorry about that. I'm playing with my kids. LAPD. Were you here last night?
Yeah. My wife and I are separated. And I had the kids last night. I put them to bed early and went to bed myself.
Quítese la máscara esa de payaso. Ok. ¿Y aquí? Hola, buenas tardes. Hola, buenas, señora.
LAPD, ma'am. Did you hear a disturbance last night?
Yes. Yes, I did. Mrs. Maldonado lit out of here and her husband ran out after her.
You saw this, Miss?
Aranda. I had the door open a crack.
Did you see Mr. Maldonado come back inside after he ran out?
No. I didn't.
Thanks. We'll be in touch.
Coartada del
Thinking
marido.
you're going to call that one a nosy old hag too, Phelps. Well executed restraint.
I'm executing restraint right now, Finbar.
Coartada del marido. Declara que vio como Ángel salió persiguiendo a Antonia. O sea que anoche se vieron. A mí dime lo que quieras, pero esto huele a mierda. Ahora es cuando no es el asesino, ¿sabes? Pero todo apunta a que sí, a que lo es. Vamos a la frutería ahora. Y ya de paso, si podemos volver al bar, a ver. Volvemos.
KGPL, 11 King, over.
Ya iremos. Ha aparecido otra carta.
11K, en route.
Ojo. Otra carta más.
Another letter? I thought the letter was from a nut.
These letters, Brown and Hanson, they are genuine. From him.
Now we sent another.
I really hate this fuck. This Black Dahlia guy. Have you seen the body? Fucking case just gnaws away at your guts.
El puto asesino este nos está jodiendo,
Every prom queen, every fucking hick town in America turns up here. Where do they end up? Gutted on the fucking sidewalk.
Para un momento para ver todo el diálogo del juego. Todo el que me da tiempo. A ver. ¿Sigue cerrado esto? Sigue cerrado. ¿Cuándo abren? Nada. Vamos, que creo que era aquí adelante. Al bar. Aquí. Me he ido un poco. A ver si... ¿Sabes si vino ayer el pibe? ¿Puedo hablar con él o no? No puedo hablar ya con este pibe. Ojo. Fuera de servicio. Fuera de servicio. Vale.
Hey, honey, what time do you get off here at the table?
Sir, do you work here?
Sorry, pal, just making deliveries.
From where?
Just Pig Fruit Market across the street.
The fruit market delivers here?
Yeah, sure does. The Mexes love a little slice with their tequila.
We found a crate a lot like the ones you're wheeling there, except it was filled with booze. You know anything about that?
What? No, we deliver all over the place, officer. No telling where the boxes end up. Excuse me, I have to get on with this.
Fine, thanks.
puede ser una casualidad, pero ahí está, ¿no? A ver si ahora este hombre va ahí a la frutería. Vamos a ver. ¿Va o no va? Se va. ¡Ey! No, no, no. Va para la frutería. Vamos para allá a hablar con él. Y luego a comisaría. ¿Dónde está este tío? Se ha pirado. En fin, vamos a comisaría. Comisaría central. 2:25 de la tarde.
The captain is waiting for you downstairs with Tinker.
Vale.
I need a drink. I got the jitters again.
I want to make homicide. You know you make it.
Vamos para abajo.
He'll never find out. I'm not as dumb as you look.
Boys, come on in. Phelps, have you met Finis Brown?
Pleased to meet you, sir.
This information is confidential and doesn't leave this room.
The new letter was left in the back seat of a cab. The driver thinks it was put through the window and not left by a customer.
We're checking all the fares back 24 hours regardless.
Good.
Like the previous letters, it's been assembled from headlines and typed from the Times and Examiner, then glued to an envelope.
What is the other note?
This one? That's also new. A poem, hand-typed.
Un poema.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead. We've been over both documents pretty carefully. They've been wiped with gasoline, so there's no chance of prints.
He cambiado de idea. No querrás hacer un trato justo.
That's the message from the Celine Henry case.
Que te den BDTex. Rarete. Vale. Acumuladas en tu alma por esta maldición, malas acciones y maldito tú, que el bien contemplas, infinito como el universo mismo. Tú y a la mortificadora soledad que anhelas, perdón. Horrible imagen de poder tranquilo. Aunque ahora reposas, la hora llega, en la que tal como eres, en tu interior te muestras. Y tras muchos crímenes falsos e inútiles cometidos, lenta caída por espacio y tiempo infinitos, el desprecio ha decidido. No sé.
That's why we called you in.
You think it's original?
Not unless he's a genius.
You like this nutjob's poem?
No, I like Shelley. It was written at least 100 years ago.
Shelley? Sure, I knew that.
You see, Finis? I told you this lad was a bright boy.
Sure, but what has it got to do with the case?
Prometheus Unbound. Prometheus was a titan, a superhuman character who defied the gods to bring fire to humanity.
The Dahlia guy believes he's Superman.
Your guess is as good as mine. One thing for sure is that he's educated.
No sé si habéis visto la serie de Slasher, pero tiene más o menos esto sentido ahora. Se hace creer el juez del mundo, ¿no? El juez de Dios. Tú eres lujurioso, te voy a matar de esta manera. Tú eres avaricioso, te voy a matar de esta manera. Los 7 pecados capitales. Aunque el mismo modus operandi está utilizando con todas las mujeres, ¿no? Le roba las joyas, las estrangula y demás. Las golpea.
About the link to the Henry case.
He could have got the wording from the papers. As you said, he is fiendishly clever and takes pleasure in taunting us. What's happening with the Maldonado case?
We have the husband in custody. We haven't interviewed him yet.
Well, upstairs then, lads, and see if we can break him.
Que cante la traviata, vamos.
My acting coach says I have real talent. You're hurting me. He's a waste.
Te adelanto por la derecha.
Good-looking boy like that should go into politics.
Phelps, you mind coming here and doing your job for a second?
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Improved your attitude, Angel?
What do you want me to say? I was with Antonia the night she died, but she left the apartment, and that was the last time I saw her.
Último contacto con la víctima, aunque lo has dicho ya, a ver.
So your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight, maybe? She didn't stay long.
So if you didn't kill your wife, who did? You better come up with something, Angel. This doesn't look good.
Fuck you. I loved my wife.
You're good, kid. You murder your wife and you just sit there as cool as a cucumber.
F. Joyas desaparecidas.
When we found your wife, her jewelry had been removed. Was she wearing her religious medallion last night?
Sure. She always wore that.
Vale.
What about the charm bracelet? Was she wearing that?
You know about that? She never wore it. She didn't like the message. She kept it locked up in that box of hers.
Trámites de divorcio.
You and your wife weren't getting along. She was divorcing you. Is that why you killed her?
We fought, yeah, but we weren't getting a divorce.
Si se iban a divorciar, ¿no? Vimos los papeles de divorcio, que se los iba a entregar, pero no llegó a entregárselos y se vio ayer con él. Dudo.
You didn't want anyone else to have her. You didn't like the idea of other men fucking your wife, slipping it to her, the idea that she might like it.
¡Vete a tomar por culo!
Easy there, Angel boy. Ease it back a notch.
¿Y qué dices de la camisa ensangrentada? También la han puesto ahí a traición, ¿no?
Your wife has been brutally murdered. So how do you explain your shirt being covered in blood?
You found that? I cut myself shaving.
Ya. Ya.
You're lying through your teeth. You killed her and your brother's in on it.
You don't know what you're saying. Why would I do that?
La coartada del marido, no tienes coartada. La señora Aranda dice lo contrario, que saliste persiguiéndola, ¿sabes?
Hippolito's my brother, but he would never lie for me about killing Antonia. He knows he'd go to hell for that.
Keep it to yourself, kid.
Una de cuatro,
what? Like poison. Going back into a cell. We'll be waiting when you're ready to spill your guts.
Are you taking my wife's murder seriously?
Vale, a ver si abren ya de una jodida vez la frutería. Vamos. Vale, ya está la furgoneta. Frutería Just Pick It, 2:40. El mismo hombre que estaba ahí en el bar. Vamos a seguirlo.
Sir, Wait, you look familiar.
Hey, from the bar, right? What brings you here?
LAPD, Detective Phelps and Galloway.
Clem Feeney. What can I do for you?
Did you happen to see a young woman last night? 21 years old, Hispanic?
Sure, she came by last night. Why do you ask?
Collar característico, el collar religioso.
She was
A ver
wearing
si
a
lo veo.
necklace?
I didn't notice.
You weren't paying attention, Feeney?
Hey, you're getting the wrong idea.
Exactly how much fruit do you sell here after midnight, Clem?
Look, not much. I sell the odd bottle on the side to the after-hours crowd. Look, I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to make a buck.
O sea que si sabes lo del marido que le vendiste alguna caja con vino, ¿no?
The young lady arrived around midnight?
Yeah, something like that. Used the phone for a cab and then left.
Pero ¿por qué dudas? Y es que luego lo que me jode es que te ponen en el juego como que lo has hecho mal. Si está dudando a muerte. ¿No lo ves?
You already knew Mrs. Maldonado, didn't you, Clem?
Sure, I met her before. She seemed like a nice lady. Her husband went apeshit one day when he caught me talking to her. She hadn't been back until last night.
Vale. De momento bien. Movimientos de la víctima.
Where did she go from here?
She wanted a cab, but I couldn't get her one. I was about to offer to drive her, but a car pulled up and she got into that.
Vale. Es firme con lo que dice. O sea que alguien se la llevó.
Brown Ford Coupe, I think. She seemed to know the guy.
Do you mind if we look around?
O sea que no era un noname. Lo conocía.
Why would you want to do that?
Because we say so.
I guess you can. Don't you have to get a court order or something? I have rights.
Clem? Shh.
Shut up. Un Ford marrón. Abre bien, ¿no? Que está ahí el jefe.
No wonder he stays open late at night. People have to get their vitamins. Check through this stuff before we get back out there.
Ahí hay una palanca, pero está limpia. ¿Cómo? 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 Esto que te cortaste afeitándote, ¿no? Detén a Clem Finney.
It's a typical power thing. Once the stiff is dead, the creep usually feels they can do whatever they like. Must have seen it during the war.
O sea que directamente ya a por él, ¿no? Aún así, creo que todavía no hará la animación de irse corriendo. Un momento. Voy a seguir investigando.
So what are we hiding in here? This thing needs a combination.
¿Cómo era? 5. ¿5, 3, 2? ¿Era? ¿Se ha quedado guardado en las pistas? Dime que sí, que si no... F. 2, 5, 3. Perfecto. Grande. 2. 5. Y 3. Qué cabrón. Aquí está. La Virgen de Guadalupe. Te hemos pillado, amigo. Están aquí todas sus cosas. Efesios 5:22. Esposas y sometidos. Está. O sea que has mentido. Y ahí al lado ropa con sangre. Hashtag pillado, amigo. O sea que tenemos al asesino del zodiaco aquí. En una frutería tranquila, ¿no? Entre comillas, tranquila. Por eso tardas tanto en abrir. ¿Eh? ¡Guarra! ¡Ven aquí! A muerte con ese pibe.
Should have grabbed him when we had the chance, Phelps.
When we had the chance, we didn't know he was our guy.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
Hombre, eso de que no te muevas es complicado, ¿no? Está callejeando. ¡Ojo! ¿Vale?
It's almost too perfect, isn't it?
There's no such thing as too perfect.
Reviéntale la rueda. Ahí, ahí.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
Y voló.
Y voló. Y me hizo volar. Y yo volé de él.
No ha hecho falta.
Show me your hands.
Lo hemos reventado, tú. La pistola en la boca.
You're a sick man, Clem. You need help.
El asesino del Zodíaco 2.
Now, lads, what am I to do with you?
Pues extendernos.
Give you a perfectly good murder. A case any homicide man would
Y así
be
te calla un poquito.
an affront to our way of life and our Californian dream, and the chance to deliver some retribution. Are you not believers, lads? Homicide men are the right hand of God. You need to back out of here slowly and take a long, hard look at yourselves and your methods. Ask yourself what you are prepared to do to put these creatures behind bars. It's the streets for the two of you until I can find some forgiveness for the foppish behavior you've been exhibiting.
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué reniega este pelotudo? Si hemos pillado al puto asesino de la ciudad, tío. Al asesino en serie. 16 de 17 pistas y 8 de 13 preguntas. Progresa adecuadamente.